So now we will start with the next topic, that is input output controllers. So here first thing is that the input output controllers are nothing but they act as a mediator between the embedded core processors and the input output devices. As we know that if you want write or read the data from the embedded core processor, then we have to use the input output devices. So to read the data, we have to use the output device. If you want to write the data, we have to use a input device. So here controller is used as a mediator, okay, to provide a particular address of an embedded core processor so that we can perform read or write operation. So here there are two types of controllers. One is simple input output controller and the second one is autonomous input output controller. So first we will discuss the simple input output controllers here. So what the simple input output controller consists of? So it consists of an input register that captures the data from an input device. Okay. So here whatever the data which is read from the input device will be stored in the input register, or it has an output register to provide the data to a device. Means here the device is nothing but embedded core processor. Okay. So like this we have several input output registers. In that we have to select a particular register to perform read or write operation. There is another important thing in this simple input output controller is that here the embedded core processors will provide the encoded address. Okay. So we need a device which decodes that address before it is given to the input output device. So here a device called GUMNet is used as a decoder which decodes the encoded address of an embedded core processor. Okay. So that decoded address is given to the controller. That controller provides the address for the input output devices. So we will take one example to understand this. Here there is one example. So in this example we have to develop a controller for the keypad matrix. Okay. Only the question is we have to develop a controller, means input output controller for the given keypad matrix. We already discussed the keypad matrix. Okay, that is a scan matrix which has 3 columns and 4 rows. Now and show how to connect the controller to a GUMNet core here. So GUMNet core is nothing but it is a device which decodes the encoded address of an processor. Now I have to use the output port address for the matrix row and output register and input port address for the matrix column input register. So here they have given a specific address to perform read and write using a row and column of the registers. So now we will move on to that diagram to understand. So this is a diagram where we are going to perform or we are going to write develop a Verilog code, okay, for the given keypad controller. Only for this we are going to develop a Verilog code. That is the question asked using the input register and output register of respective row and column. Now look at this diagram here. So in this diagram it consists of one GUMNet core, okay, which is used as a decoder of an address, and this is a keypad controller which acts as a mediator between the keypad matrix and the device. That is a device is nothing but here a processor. Here we have used one comparator with the AND gate, okay, so which is used to compare the keypad port address with an decoded address of a GUMNet. If they are equal, then only it will enable this keypad controller using strobe input signal. Okay. So now we will not go in depth for this, only you have to understand the concept here. The concept is that GUMNet provides the decoded address, keypad controller acts as a mediator so that we can read or write the data from the input output device. Here we have considered only the input device, which is nothing but keypad matrix here. So now here when I look at the addresses of the port or the signals here port address or the port data output, this is a port address output. Okay. So once the port address output is decoded from the GUMNet of an embedded core processor, will be compared with the keypad port address. If they are equal, it's nothing but now this is a decoded address of the core processor. So once they are equal, it will enable the strobe input signal of the keypad controller. Once the keypad controller is enabled, whatever the data, okay, which is present in the port address of a GUMNet provided by the embedded core, which is not shown here, that will be given as the data input. Okay, so now here the data is available for the keypad controller. So now the thing is that here keypad row and keypad column are controlled by the keypad controller. Similarly, once the data is read from this keypad matrix, okay, that data is sent back to the GUMNet using this data output pin of a keypad controller. Okay, when the data output is given as back to the data input of the GUMNet, where it is again connected for the embedded core processor. Like this, keypad controller is used, okay, just to take the data as an input and provides the data as the output, okay, using a GUMNet here. So now we will focus on this keypad controller, okay. So how it is utilized and how you can write the Verilog code for this, okay. So this is a cyclic code which is taken from the port cyclic. This is a data input from the data output of the port, okay. This is write enable signal to perform to either read or write operation. This is a strobe to enable the keypad controller, okay. So now here we will only concentrate on keypad controller operation using the code here. So this is a Verilog code here for a keypad controller. These are all the input and output signals of the only keypad controller here, okay, like cyclic, strobe, write enable, acknowledgement. Data input is of 8-bit here, data output using register is 8-bit again, okay. So now all other signals are defined here. Only I am focused on what happens to the keypad controller, okay, when the keypad is pressed here. So first thing, always at positive edge clock means row register, that is the input register here. So here will check the condition that either a keypad controller is available or enabled or not. So that will depends on the cyclic input, strobe input and write enable pin. If they are all active means it is ready to receive the data from the GUMNet to the keypad controller. So then that data which is received from the GUMNet to the keypad is sent to the keypad row here. Now keypad row has the data, okay, where it will provide or takes the data from the keypad matrix. Similarly, for the column here, again for the same clock, okay, here it is 8-bit. So data out means this data you need to send to the GUMNet. So that data depends on the 5-bit of 0 and the column sync. Because of the 8-bit data here, the first MSB 5 bits are defined as 0. Only remaining 3 bits are taken as column sync, okay. That column sync value depends on the keypad column, okay. Once the key is pressed in the keypad matrix, the keypad column gets the data. That data will send to the column sync, okay. Again for the next clock pulse, that column sync data is again sent out to the data output port here. Like this, the input register, that is row, the output register, that is the column. So input register takes the data from the GUMNet through the keypad controller. Here the output register, that is column, writes the data back to the GUMNet, okay, using data output pin. So like this, they are used to read or write the data from the keypad. And another important thing here assign acknowledgement clock means here the column data or the row data has been read, that means read or write, that will be acknowledged again by using the control signals of the keypad controller, that is cyclic input and the strobe here, then and the model. So this is a simple way of communicating the embedded core processor with the keypad matrix using keypad controller and the GUMNet, okay. A simple explanation here, okay. If you have any doubts, you can text me a message. Thank you.